Good morning, students. I hope you are fine and fair. Students, we have completed exercise 7.2. Now it is the turn to complete exercise 7.3. And this exercise is given on page number 128 of NCERT book. You will open the book. See the question number 1. In question number 1, two triangles and both of the triangles are isosceles. Which are two triangles? Triangle ABC and triangle DBC. Two isosceles triangles are there and both the triangles are on the same BC. Means base of both the isosceles triangles are equal. It is given. This much part is given. Again, AD is joined and extended in such a way that it can intersect BC at point P. AD is extended and it is extended up to P on BC. It means if AD is straight, AP is also a straight line. You may mark here. This is a straight segment. If AD is a straight segment, it means AP is also a straight segment. Now observe. Firstly, we have to show that triangle ABD congruent to triangle ACD. Where is triangle ABD? Triangle ABD, triangle ACD. Means this smaller triangle and this smaller triangles are related here in the form of congruency. How can we prove this? For proving that, we are required three solid matching parts. What are those three matching parts? You may observe here. Firstly, we will take triangle ABD. Means this triangle is taken. This one is second triangle, triangle ACD. Both the triangles are taken. Now mark here. It is given that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. It means AB of this triangle equal to AC of this triangle. Because triangle ABC is already given isosceles triangle. So this AB of this smaller triangle equal to this AC of this smaller triangle by the given information. What will be second matching part? This BD equal to this CD, because triangle DBC is also an isosceles triangle. Now what will be third matching part? You may observe AD equal to AD, this one is common there. So on the basis of side, this particular triangle is congruent to this particular triangle. What is the name of this particular triangle? Triangle ABD. And what will be the name of this particular triangle? Triangle ACD. And which criteria is applied here? Side criteria is adopted here. Triple S is adopted. Triple S means side. In this way, the first part of this question is proved here. Now what is second part? We have to consider about the complete triangle. This triangle ABP and triangle ACP. Before going, some result can be drawn on with the help of congruency of both the triangles. On the basis of congruency of the triangles, we can prove that this upper angle 1 equal to this angle 2, because this triangle is congruent to this one. Therefore, by simplicity, angle 1 equal to angle 2. Again, by simplicity, this angle 3 equal to this angle 4. Both the angles are equal on the basis of what? It is on the basis of congruency. It means angle 1 equal to angle 2, that is by simplicity. Angle 3 equal to angle 4, that is also by simplicity. And same thing is noted down, angle 1 equal to angle 2. And again angle 3 equal to angle 4 by simplicity. It is noted down there. Now mark here, we have to take which triangle, because we are to consider about triangle ABD and triangle ACD. Now see, AB of this left hand triangle equal to AC of this right hand triangle. Again, angle 1 of this left hand triangle equal to angle 2 of this right hand triangle. Again, AP equal to AP is common there. Again, by the criteria of this side, this angle and this side, this side, this angle and this side, left hand side triangle is congruent to right hand side triangle. It means what? The second part is also proved with the help of side angle side criteria. Now mark here, third part it is given AP bisects angle A as well as angle D. Firstly, we consider about if angle 1 equal to angle 2 by simplicity. So what role of AP is there? AP is bisecting this complete angle A. So AP is angle bisector of angle A. The first half of third part is proved here. Again we have angle 3 equal to angle 4. This one we have already proved. Angle 3 equal to angle 4. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are also equal. If angle 3 equal to angle 4, we can write it 180 degree minus angle 3 equal to 180 degree minus angle 4, because both the equal angle 3 and 4 are subtracted from equal quantity 180 degree. So we can write it 180 degree minus angle 3 equal to 180 degree minus angle 4. Why is it so? Because angle 3 equal to angle 4. This one is by simplicity. If 3 equal to angle 4, so it can be subtracted from equal quantity. The remainder will also be equal. So 183 minus angle 3 equal to 180 degree minus angle 4. Now go to the figure. 180 degree minus angle 3 becomes angle 5 by linear pair property. Again 180 degree minus angle 4 equals angle 6 by the property of linear pair. Therefore, angle 5 equal to angle 6, because 180 degree minus angle 3 equal to angle 5 by linear pair property. Again 180 degree minus angle 4 equal to angle 6. In this way we have proved here angle 5 equal to angle 6. Angle 5 equal to angle 6. It means If angle 5 equal to angle 6, so what role of AP is there? So again AP is bisecting this complete angle D. You may mark here angle 5 equal to angle 6 indicates AP is bisector of angle D. Previously we have proved that AP is bisector of angle A. Secondly, we have proved that same AP is bisector of angle D. If we combine both of the results, what will be there? We can conclude or we can summarize both of the results. In a nutshell, we can say AP is angle bisector of angle A as well as angle D. In this way, we have proved the third part. Now next one is there, we have to prove AP is perpendicular bisector of BC. Firstly, we have to show that AP is bisector. Again, we have to show that AP is perpendicular on BC. Means anyway, we have to prove that either angle 7 or angle 8 is 90 degree. How can we prove? Let us discuss about. Just before we have proved that triangle ADP and triangle ACP both are congruent. So on the basis of this congruency, we can say that B to P, this part equal to C to P by CPCT. So what role of AP is there? If BP equal to CP, so what role of AP is there? AP is bisector of BC. So 50% of part number 4 is proved here. Anyway, we have to prove that AP is perpendicular. By CPCT, we can say that this angle 7 equal to this angle 8 because left hand side triangle is congruent to right hand side, proved in second part. Therefore, angle 7 equal to angle 8 by CPCT. Again, you may mark here angle 7 plus angle 8 is 180 degree. What reason is there? Both are linear pair. Angle 7 plus angle 8 equals 180 degree. Again, angle 7 equal to angle 8, it is given there. It means in the place of angle 8, we can write angle 7, or in the place of angle 7, we can write angle 8. Both can be noted down there. Now see, angle 7 and angle 8 is also equal to angle 7. So in this way, angle 7 plus angle 7 equal to 180 degree. Angle 7 plus angle 7 both are repeated here. It will be twice angle 7 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 7 equals 180 degree divided by 2. If 180 degree divided by 2, so that will come 90 degree. It means the value of angle 7 is 90 degree. It means this AP is what? Perpendicular on BC. Now, just before we have proved that AB is bisector of BC. Again we have proved AP is perpendicular on BC. If we combine or if we merge both the results, what result can be drawn here? We can draw a result that the role of AP is as a perpendicular bisector of BC. In this way, part number 1, part number 2, part number 3 and part number 4 all are discussed here, and whatever is discussed is written on this whiteboard. So you are advised either take The screenshots are note down. Now observe question number second. What is given here? AD is an altitude of isosceles triangle ABC. Means triangle ABC is given. Isosceles triangle with AB equal to AC. This one is given information. And what rule of AD is there? AD is an altitude. So what the property of an altitude is there? Ultimately angle 1 and angle 2 both will be equal to 90 degree, because altitude is a line segment joining from vertex and perpendicular to the opposite side. So perpendicular to the BC means AD perpendicular BC means angle 1 equal to angle 2 equal to 90 degree. This one is first matching part, as AD is an altitude. This one is the first region. Second one matching part, AB of this triangle equal to AC of this triangle, because triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB equal to AC. And what will be third matching part? This AD is common are both the triangles left side as well as right side. So which criteria is there? 90 degree, 90 degree, then opposite to 90 degree, opposite to 90 degree, both are equal, then one of the sides. So which criteria is adopted here? RHS congruency condition is adopted. Right angle, then opposite to right angle is hypo, then one of the sides of triangle. So firstly right angle this 90 equal to this 90, then their opposite sides are also equal. This hypo AB equal to hypo AC, and one of the sides AD is common for both the triangles. On the basis of RHS criteria, left hand triangle is congruent to right hand triangle. In this way, we can say that triangle BAD congruent to triangle CAD by RHS rule. On the basis of this, we can say that BD equal to CD by CPCT. If BD equal to CD, so what role of AD is there? So AD is bisector of BC. This one is first part, and first part is proved here. Again, left hand side triangle is congruent to right hand side. So by CPCT what will be there? Angle 3 equal to angle 4. If angle 3 is equal to angle 4, so again angle A is bisected by AD. So what role of AD is here? AD is again playing the role of angle bisector. Now AD bisects angle A, second part is also proved. In this way, we have proved both the conditions, both the results we have proved here. What are required? AD bisects BC, it is by CPCT. AD bisects angle A, this one is also by CPCT. In this way, by showing RHS congruency condition, we have proved that left hand triangle is congruent to right hand. By which criteria? That is right angle, hypotenuse, and one of the sides criteria is adopted here. On the basis of this, both the triangles are congruent. In this way, we have proved both the results on the basis of CPCT. I think you are able to solve this question. So please note down or take the screenshot of this one. Again we have to consider about Question number third. This one is question number third. You may observe here. What are given? The given information: triangle ABC is given and triangle PQR is given. Try to understand the meaning of this question. Triangle ABC and triangle PQR, both the triangles are given. Further, more informations are there. This part of this triangle AB equal to this part of triangle PQR, means PQ is equal to AB. This complete BC equal to this complete QR, and AM and TN are median. You know the property of median. How can you define median? Suppose a vertex of triangle is taken and midpoint of opposite side of that vertex. Try to follow this. Suppose your triangle is there. This vertex is taken and opposite side of, so this side is opposite to this one side. So if we take midpoint of opposite side and opposite vertex, if we join from here to there, so this segment is known as median. MEDIAN. Once again follow. What is median? If you take a triangle and select any one of three vertices, so this vertex is taken, so what will be opposite side? So, opposite to this vertex is this side, so we have to take midpoint of opposite side. Suppose this point is midpoint of this side, lower side, so we have to join vertex to the midpoint of opposite side. Whatever line segment is obtained, that line segment is known as median of the triangle. So we can get such three medians, but here it is given only one median of both the triangles are given. Only one medians of both the triangles are given here. What are those medians? Median AM and median PN, both are given. And what information? AB of this one equal to PQ of this one, complete BC of this one equal to complete QR of this one. Third information is there. Median AM equal to median PN. On the basis of this information, we have to certify this triangle ABM, means this triangle ABM congruent to triangle PQN. This one means left side of triangles of both the triangles are congruent. Left side triangles of both the figures are congruent. This is the first part. What is second part? In second part, complete triangle ABC congruent to complete triangle PQR. This is the second part of the question. So let us discuss about the very first part of this question. What is given? It is given that AB equal to PQ, BC equal QR, median AM equals median PN. These are the proven part to be proved here. Now see, complete BC equal to QR, BC equal to QR, this one is given. So we can say that half of BC equal to half of QR. If wholes are equals, so their halves are also equals. So using this property, we can say that half BC equal to half QR, and half BC can be noted down BM because M is midpoint of BC. How do you know this? Because AM is median and median joins vertex to the midpoint of opposite side. So M is midpoint of BC. So half of BC, what will be there? We can note down BM. In the place of half of BC, it is BM here. In the place of half of QR, we can note down QN. So half of QR equal to QN. And what region will be there? Both AM and Q1 are playing the role of medians. This one is result number 1 because this will be required while proving matching part of both the left hand side triangles. Now see, take this left hand side triangle and this one also left hand side triangle. In both the triangles, we have to collect 3 matching parts. Now observe, this side of this triangle equal to this side of this one. How do we say? This information is already given in question. Again, this BM equal to QN, just before we have proved here. BM equal QN, we have proved here by relation number 1. So we have proved by relation number 1. And what will be third matching part? This median AM equal to this median PN, and this is already given. Both the medians are equal. Here I have noted down BM equals Q1, AM equals PN, and this information already is given. In this way, what can be said? On the basis of these 3 matching parts, and what are matching parts? Side, side, side. Both the left hand side triangles are congruent. It means first part of this question is proved here, and this one is required. On the basis of this, if this left hand side triangle is congruent to this left hand side triangle, so what result can be drawn about angle 1 and angle 2? So by CPCT we can say angle 1 equal to angle 2. How? Because these are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. On the basis of this, we can say that angle 1 equal to angle 2. Now we are going to prove the second part, and we have to consider both complete triangle ABC and complete triangle PQR. Now see, in complete triangle ABC, AB equal to PQ after complete triangle PQR. This part equal to this part, it is already given. This angle equal to this angle. As a whole, we have proved here by CPCT. Again, this BC equal to this complete QR. This one is already given. This information is given there. So by side, angle, side, this triangle is congruent to this triangle. In this way, both the parts of this question is proved here. You may observe this, and some sort this question is important for examination point of view. Now you are given time either to note down or take the screenshot or pause your video and note down it. Now students, we have to discuss about question number 4. In question number 4, what is given? A triangle ABC is given in which 2 equals altitudes, that is BE and C of These are two altitudes and both the altitudes are equal here. Now on the basis of this information, we have to show that this triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. In other words, we have to prove that AB equal to AC. If two sides are equal, very easily we can prove that both the triangle is congruent. The triangle is isosceles. Anyway, we have to use here RHS because this question is conditional. It is already given by showing RHS congruency. You have to prove that this triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. So on the basis of this given condition, we have to try and we have to find out how this triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Let us consider about to for only betterment, we have to remove some of the part of this triangle ABC only from the mind, not from the copy. You will keep in mind only from the mind. If you remove this part of this one only from the mind, not from the figure of in the copy. If you observe, so very clearly both the triangles are visible here. Very clearly it is visible there. Now observe what are those visible parts. One triangle is FBC and second triangle is CEB. Two triangles are there. One triangle is here, that one is left hand side triangle, and this triangle is right hand side triangle. Now two triangles are visible and we have to establish anyhow that both the triangles are congruent and we have to apply here RHS congruency. Now observe very easily. Firstly we have to consider about BE and CF. Both are altitudes, therefore the value of angle 1 is 90, same as the value of angle 2 is also 90. It means first matching part of RHS is obtained here. This angle 1 of this triangle equal to this angle 2 of second triangle. Now right angle is matched here. Now see, opposite to 90 degrees BC and opposite to this 90 degrees also BC. So BC equals CB or BC equals BC because BC is common. BC is common, so hypo is common here. So hypo of this triangle BC equal to hypo of this one BC. Both are common here. And we require one of the sides. And one of the sides, this information is already given. This CF of this triangle equal to this BE of second triangle. Again see, 90 equal to 90. Hypo is common. And one of the sides are equal. These are the matching parts on the basis of right angle, hypotenuse, and one of the sides. Both the triangles are congruent here and matching parts are noted down. What are matching parts? Angle 1 equal angle 2. That will be equal to 90 degree because B and CF both are altitudes. BC equal to CB because that one is common. CF equals BE. This information is already given. Both the altitudes of triangle ABC are equal here. On the basis of right angle hypo and one of the sides, both the triangles are congruent and I have noted down. So by CPCT we can say that this angle, this complete angle of this triangle equal to this complete angle of this triangle, because both the triangles are congruent. So what name of this angle is there? So angle of this name is FBC equal to, what name of this one is there? ECB. Means this complete angle of this triangle equal to this complete angle of this triangle. Now consider about the complete figure. This figure is up to there. Now we have to take complete figure. This angle FBC can be noted down as angle ABC. This angle ECB can also be noted down as triangle ACB. Same thing is noted down here. ABC equal to angle ACB. Now both the angles are equal. If both the angles are equal, so what about their opposite sides? As triangle ABC is considered as the total angle or greater angle triangle. Now considering triangle ABC and considering this angle and this one, both the angles are equal of triangle ABC. It means if two angles are equal, so what about their opposite sides? So definitely if angles are equal, so their opposite sides are also equal. It means opposite to this one is AC and opposite to this one is AB. Now two sides are equal. So what nature of triangle ABC is there? So very clearly, on the basis of these features of isosceles triangle, we can conclude that, we can result that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. In this way, we have proved. What argument is given, same thing is here noted on this whiteboard. Either take the screenshot or note down in your copy. Now this one is the last question of this exercise, question number 5. Follow here. What information is given? Triangle ABC with AB equal to AC. This much information is given. If two sides are equal, we have to prove that the angles opposite to equal sides are equal. Opposite to this one is angle 1, opposite to this one is angle 2. So we have to show that angle 1 equal to angle 2. But condition is given, we have to draw perpendicular from A on BC, means AD is perpendicular to BC. This one is the part of construction. AD is perpendicular on BC, this will be drawn there. If AD is perpendicular on BC, what will be there? What about angle 3 and angle 4? AD is perpendicular, so angle 3 equal to 90 degree, angle 4 is also equal to 90 degrees. It means angle 3 of this left hand triangle equal to angle 4 of right hand triangle. So angle 3 equal to angle 4 is equal to 90. And what is the region? AD is perpendicular on BC. What will be second matching part? Opposite to 90 degree. Opposite to this one is AD and opposite to this one is AC. So this hypo AB equal to this hypo AC. AB is equal to AC, and this information is already given in the question. The triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. And what will be third matching part? right angle is matched, hypo is matched. So one of the sides you may observe here AD is common in both the triangles. AD is common in both the triangles. It is the part of left hand triangle as well as right hand triangle. So AD equal to AD. That one is third matching part. So right angle hypo and one of the sides by RHS. Left hand triangle is congruent to right hand triangle. If both the triangles are congruent, so what about angle 1 and angle 2? So angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. Why? Because these are the corresponding part of congruent triangle. By CPCT, angle 1 equal to angle 2. If angle 1 and angle 2 both are equal, so this one is required. Angle 1 means angle B, angle 2 means angle C, and this one is required here. In this way, we have completed exercise 7.3. Now exercise 7.4 is out of portion due to this pandemic situation. Some portion is deducted, just as chapter number 5 Euclid's geometry is deducted from the portion. In the same way, triangle inequality property is also deducted from this chapter. It means exercise 7.4 is based on triangle inequality property, and that much portion is deducted by the CBSE board. In this way, we have completed half yearly portion of class 9th. Now it is your turn to note down here. Firstly, note down, take the screenshot and of this solving question. We are in a position to complete the half yearly portion. I hope you will note down this one or take the screenshot. Afterward, you will prepare from RS also. So many good questions are there. From RD also, if RD is available, you will prepare from RD also. Examples of RD are very nice questions, and generally some of the questions from RD are also set. If you have book, you will try to solve those questions, or you can share in WhatsApp group. You can share some of the good questions. Suppose all are not having RD, you can share some of the good questions to your classmate also, so they can also solve such type of questions. In this way, you will prepare our half yearly examination point of view. And now it is completed here. From my side, it is your responsibility to discuss about other problems, whether it is of NCERT or of R.S. Agrawal or from R.D. Sharma. Any book may be there. You will consider, you will try to solve. If problems comes on the way, you will put those problems on the table of the teacher. We will try to discuss during the live classes. If video is required, we will try to prepare another video also based on your confusions. But it depends upon your sincere efforts. If you are sincere towards your goal, so definitely you can go and secure good marks in half yearly examination. With these words, I would like to conclude my today's topic. Have and make a nice day.